Tesla shows off all of its EVs on a family trip. Tesla recently shared an interesting and beautiful photo entitled Family Trip of all its currently offered or soon-to-be produced electric vehicles. There is a red Model S, white Model 3, blue Model Y and a Cybertruck pickup on the upper deck of the Tesla Semi's trailer. While on the bottom, we can see a white Model X, accompanied by some more Model 3s, we believe. The photo was taken at Tesla's main factory in Fremont, California, which can be recognized by the test track. We don't know what type of family trip it was. It was probably a marketing shot, rather than an actual trip, but who knows? Anyway, two electric vehicles are missing in the photo: the original Tesla Roadster, which was discontinued a decade ago, and the new Tesla Roadster, which was unveiled in 2017 and postponed to focus on other areas of the business. These several EVs represent about 20 years of the company's history since 2003 and about 5 million units sold. Tesla Roadster Original 2008. Tesla Model S 2012. Tesla Model X 2015. Tesla Model 3 2018. Tesla Model Y 2020. Tesla Semi 2022. Tesla Cybertruck to be launched in late 2023. Originally, Tesla intended to name the Model 3 the Model E, to form a SEXY lineup, but the Model E was Ford's trademark. In the longer term, Tesla is expected to expand its lineup with two new EVs, an affordable model potentially offered at $25,000 or so, and a robotaxi, which both will be based on the next-generation platform. At the same time, there is a potential that we will see some additional versions of the Tesla Semi and Tesla Cybertruck for the European market. Even with the additional EVs, Tesla's lineup will remain relatively small, as the company is clearly prioritizing volume, rather than several body types or even brands, as many other OEMs do. The Model 3 Model Y duo reached over 3.9 million sales cumulatively as of the end of June 2023, and currently, it's well above 4 million. We guess that soon we will hear something about officially crossing the 5 million sales for all of its BEVs. Source: reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVS. Tesla Next General EVs to initially be produced in Texas instead of Mexico. Tesla has adjusted its plans related to the next-generation electric vehicles, which are expected to be produced at a rate of millions of units annually. According to an exclusive excerpt from Walter Isaacson's biography of Elon Musk, published by Axios, Tesla has been weighing options over the past 2 years. Tesla's CEO, Elon Musk, outlined in November 2021 a vision to develop a fully autonomous robotaxi electric vehicle, smaller, less expensive, and not as fast as the Model 3. However, his focus was to immediately go with the fully autonomous approach, meaning a vehicle with no steering wheel, pedals, or mirrors. Musk also commented on the high volume, saying, "Someday we want to be at 20 million a year. Let me be clear," he said slowly. "This vehicle must be designed as a clean robotaxi. We're going to take that risk. It's my fault if it screws up. But we are not going to design some sort of amphibian frog that's a halfway car. We are all in on autonomy." However, Musk's vision appeared too risky for most of the other Tesla execs and engineers, who spent quite some time convincing him to work also on the affordable $25,000 electric car, based on the same next-generation platform. According to Walter Isaacson, at the end of the summer of 2022, Tesla chief designer Franz von Holzhausen, together with others, tried to persuade Elon Musk to cover his bet. Their arguments were that full self-driving FSD might not be ready, or if it was ready, there was still a chance that it would not be approved for use internationally by the law. Another thing was that there is a huge market for an affordable car. which also might be crucial to achieve the long-term goal of increasing the production volume by 50% per year on average. Elon Musk opted for a historically mega-revolutionary product, which would transform everything and potentially make Tesla a $10 trillion company. But maybe it's still too early to exclude a more conventional approach. Ultimately, Franz von Holzhausen and others convinced Elon Musk to develop both the robotaxi and the affordable model on the next-generation platform, rather than focusing solely on the robotaxi. The models of the two new EVs were shown internally to Elon Musk in February 2023. The article notes that both had a Cybertruck futuristic feel. Musk loved the designs. When one of these comes around a corner, he said, people will think they are seeing something from the future. Tesla Giga Mexico or Texas. Another important thing is where the new EVs will be produced. Initially, it was announced that Tesla would build a new gigafactory in Mexico to produce the next generation EVs. However, it turned out that the company's top engineers would have to relocate to Mexico to develop the manufacturing lines, which they are unwilling to do. Walter Isaacson noted that Tesla engineering will need to be on the line to make it successful, and getting everyone to move to Mexico is never going to happen. Because of that, in May 2023, Tesla decided to change the initial build location for the next generation EV from Mexico to Austin. It seems that development and initial production will take place at the Giga Texas factory before the working production lines are copied to other places like Mexico and maybe somewhere else. It would also explain why the construction of the Giga Mexico did not start yet. The project appears delayed due to the lack of permits, according to some reports, but very likely also because of the changed plans. Tesla Giga Mexico in brief. Announced on March 1, 2023, location, in the Santa Catarina municipality near Monterrey Nuevo Leon. Construction was initially expected to start within about 3 months summer 2023. Purpose, next-generation EVs. Info from Mexico's government, nearly 4,200 acres initially. $5 billion investment and 5,000 people ultimately. $10 billion investment and 10,000 people production output of 1 million vehicles annually. Source. Reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVS. Tesla could benefit from possible UAW strike, analyst says. Tesla could benefit from a possible UAW strike, a Wedbush analyst says. Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis are on the verge of a huge strike and production shutdown. While Tesla can safely continue to produce electric cars, saturating the market with them. A looming strike by the United Auto Workers Union, which represents hourly workers at 3 Detroit auto companies. Could be great news for Tesla, says Wedbush analyst Dan Ives. The UAW spent the summer negotiating new contracts with Ford, General Motors, and Jeep owner Stellantis, according to Business Insider. The union demands historic wage increases, elimination of a tier system implemented during the depths of the recession, cost of living adjustments, and more. If an agreement is not reached by September 14, approximately 150,000 UAW workers across the United States will go on strike. The move could cost the industry $5 billion in 10 days. This is all a potential nightmare situation for GM and Ford, Ives said in a note to clients. The supply threat will also inevitably reduce production and year-end inventories. This, in turn, will lead to fewer deals during the festive season. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has long recognized the threat that labor unions pose. Therefore, Tesla employees are not union members. Musk offers an excellent compensation package to attract and encourage employees to work for Tesla. The company, which does not use union labor, could benefit from any work stoppages at competitors, Ives said. This could be particularly positive at a time when the industry is increasingly pushing electric vehicles. Tesla does not face similar issues, which speaks to the complexity of both GM and Ford face going up against the EV leader Tesla. While trying to satisfy rising union demands, Ives said, if a strike happens, then ultimately production and the EV roadmap could be pushed out into 2024. And delays would be on the horizon at this crucial period for GM, Ford, and Stellantis. Currently, Ford and GM have set ambitious EV production goals for the next few years. They sought to compete with Tesla and dreamed of overthrowing it from its pedestal. But production slowdowns due to the shutdown, combined with potentially significant increases in labor costs, could stall the race to beat Tesla in the electric vehicle market, Ives said. At this point, Tesla is already enjoying a successful year. Production and delivery indicators are high and close to targets. Deliveries of the highly anticipated Cybertruck are expected to begin soon, adding to this success. Farley and Barra both face some tough decisions ahead, he said. The options around facing a strike or accepting a major cost intake for the next decade is a dynamic the street will be closely watching over the next week. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Tesla FSD V12 shifts away from rules-based approach. Walter Isaacson's Elon Musk biography is set to be published on Tuesday. And a new preview of the book illustrates details about Tesla's development of the upcoming full self-driving FSD version 12. In an additional preview of his Musk biography for CNBC, Isaacson discusses the use of AI in the development of Tesla's FSD V12. In a shift that took place within the last several months, Isaacson talks about Tesla's recent development of the upcoming FSD V12, which he and Tesla demonstrate has moved away from a rules-based approach. Notably, FSD V12 is expected to use billions of video frames from real-world driving incidents to train its neural network, rather than using thousands of lines of code like previous versions. In a conversation with Musk last December, Tesla Autopilot employee Dhaval Shroff had likened the concept to the popular chatbot ChatGPT, instead for use with driving. It's like ChatGPT, but for cars, Shroff said. We process an enormous amount of data on how real human drivers acted in a complex driving situation, and then we train a computer's neural network to mimic that. Surprisingly enough, Tesla only shifted toward this neural network planner approach recently. By the beginning of this year, however, the neural network had already analyzed 10 million video clips based on the best-case scenario drivers the system had access to. Musk instructed employees at the company's Buffalo, New York facility who were in charge of analyzing the footage to train the AI on things a five-star Uber driver would do. Moving from a rules-based to a network path-based AI approach allowed FSD to use human driving data to avoid obstacles, even if breaking some rules was necessary. Shroff helped demonstrate the idea to Musk with a demo featuring trash bins, debris, and upturned traffic cones, which the car handled surprisingly well. Here is what happens when we move from rules-based to network path-based, Shroff explained. The car will never get into a collision if you turn this thing on, even in unstructured environments. Tesla FSD's AutoSteer on city streets now available. Musk quickly took to the idea, as can be seen in a recent livestream of Tesla's FSD V12 software in Palo Alto with Autopilot software director Ashok Ellaswamy. He has repeatedly spoken about the upcoming software version's impressive driving results, despite one small moment in the drive where the car almost ran a red light. In any case, Musk could argue that the red light moment is a good case for the need for self-driving software to continually learn, given that it will constantly be trained from the video data generated by camera footage from real-world drivers. It should theoretically make it safer over time, according to Musk. During development, Musk also reportedly latched onto the fact that it took over 1 million video clips for the neural network to begin performing well. Though he looks forward to what significantly more data will do for FSD. Still, critics and regulators have expressed concerns about the faults of human drivers training AI-based driving systems. And Tesla has repeatedly been questioned by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA) about its autopilot and FSD beta systems. According to Isaacson, Tesla plans to release FSD V12 as soon as regulators approve it. Meanwhile, an ongoing study by the National Highway Safety Board is looking to determine if self-driving cars should be permitted to imitate human driving actions that blur traffic rules, such as creeping up at stop signs. Musk said in April that he expects Tesla to reach full autonomy within a year, though he has also been known to share ambitious targets for the software in the past. Source: reposted and summarized from Zachary Visconti at Teslarati. Tesla Cybertruck spotted on the Las Vegas Strip. Another pre-production version of the Tesla Cybertruck has been spotted, this time cruising down the Las Vegas Strip. On Saturday night, X-user CurtisMC08 shared footage of the pre-production Cybertruck sitting in traffic on the Las Vegas Strip. The video was taken near the Bellagio fountain, showing the Cybertruck as it drove south near the Paris balloon sign. The Cybertruck included the same release candidate decal and taped wiring harnesses seen on many of the electric pickup's recent public sightings. My first Tesla Cybertruck sighting, on the Las Vegas Strip. It's even more epic in person. Later in the thread, Curtis called the Cybertruck way more impressive in person than he had expected. Like many, Curtis has a reservation for the Cybertruck, with official orders on track to open up in the coming months. Cybertruck sightings have increased drastically over the past few months, indicating that Tesla may finally be nearing some of its initial deliveries. The automaker appears to be in the final stages of pre-production, with some industry watchers reporting more than 100 Cybertrucks produced at Gigafactory, Texas. The vehicle being spotted across the U.S. also suggests that Tesla is performing some of its final testing of the Cybertruck. In the last week alone, a pair of Tesla Cybertruck release candidates were seen driving side by side on the highway, while another was spotted charging at a supercharger. Yet another Cybertruck was seen towing what looked to be a 24-foot trailer last week, while other onlookers have managed to check out the unique electric truck's interior. Tesla Cybertruck towing goes on display in new sighting. Additionally, debates on the size of the Cybertruck frunk have been widespread, and many have eagerly awaited crash test information throughout this year. Footage of the Cybertruck after performing a ditch rollover crash test was also shared in a Tesla forum and shared on TikTok last week. With the vehicle appearing to be relatively intact as it sits on a trailer to be towed away. Now, all that stands in the way of the Cybertruck's release is a certificate of conformity and official crash testing from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA). Although Tesla has yet to release a price for the Cybertruck, it likely won't be long before they do. Source: reposted and summarized from Zachary Visconti at Teslarati.